sketchy right there. All right, before I keep hooning this thing around anymore and get it any muddier, I'm gonna go over some of the changes on the Pro S. This is a 2025 Pro S. I think it's an Ultimate. It's got Dynamix and all that good stuff on it. And there's not a lot of difference as far as performance goes. The one thing that is different, I'll show you right now, as far as suspension and stuff goes. Now, everybody's familiar with the oh crap button that they've had on here for, I guess, quite a while, since, I guess, the Turbo S's. All right, so if you look at your Dynamix over here, see everything on the screen, you can toggle through, you got Baja, Rock, all the same stuff you always had. The thing is, you can be cruising in comfort, as usual, and you can hit that, and you can hold it down, or you can tap it, and it'll last for a certain period of time, or what you can do now, which is different, is you can double tap. And double tap, it locks Dynamix on until you double tap again to turn it back off. Or if it's locked in, you can hit the up or down arrow to change modes to track, rock, Baja, whatever. So that is the one and pretty much only performance difference when it comes to the Pro S. It's basically a Turbo R. They just didn't like the name. They want everything to flow together, so they have Pro XP, Pro S, and Pro R now. And the Pro S is basically the Turbo R with all new plastics. And that's probably the coolest part, is you've got the Fang lights have made a comeback. Everybody loves them. A bunch of aftermarket companies made a lot of money retrofitting these back onto the other RZRs. And now they are back for 2025 on, I'm pretty sure, all the models. Every piece of plastic just about on these Turbo R and Pro R models, and maybe even the Pro XPs, are all different. And they look a little bit more aggressive, which is awesome. Now, you see these cool little hood scoop deals right here. Those are actually functional. So they'll actually bring in fresh air into the cab. And then you got these little vents right here that you can control. Whether they, oh, there's stuff in there, cool. So that'll control right there how much air you let into the cab. And the great thing about that is if it's super hot, it's gonna bring some fresh air into the cab and help push that heat out, because a lot of times people have problems with RZRs having too much heat in the cab. When it's hot, you're busting across a desert, things like that, on a 90-something degrees day, or in the dunes, things like that. So that will help out with it a ton. Now, they've stepped up their audio game on the interior, and this is where most of the changes have been made to the 2025 models. Now, you'll see a much nicer looking dash. You got interior little lights that when you turn the key on have their own little sequence deal that they do. A lot better sound system, options. The seats, I really like the seats. They're a lot like the ones that are in the Expedition. And my favorite thing about these seats are they got the little plastic deals in here, so you can go in there and you can cut this out yourself. Polaris isn't gonna do it for you, and I'm not sure why. Probably something to do with safety or some rule, regulation, law, whatever. So at least now you can cut through this and hopefully make it where your harnesses can pass through there where they're supposed to and not around the seat. Even though the narrow little headrests on these, the seat belts feel really good. So if you're gonna stick with this set of harnesses, the Sub-Zero, which are now a 4-point, no longer the Click 6 style. They're a 4-point and they feel super comfortable, and everything's great about those. Now, if you're not gonna swap those out, then you're probably good the way it is. But if you're gonna swap to regular harnesses in here, you can probably cut that out and go through that. The seats back here on the back, the backs will pop right out. So if you wanna store a bunch of stuff back here, you can pop those out real easy. Other than that, it's just a little bit more aggressive lines when it comes to the bodies. Full doors, which are amazing, even though this one showed up with like a dent in the center of like every door. So I have to, when they show up from Polaris, I have to go through and do a walk around inspection, everything, make sure that they know I'm not tearing up their equipment. I like the flow of them. They kind of start low in the front and then flow up to the back. There's no shark wing, any of that stuff like they had before, that if you ever did an aftermarket cage, the fender would just, you know, be gone when you're on your way back from the dunes, and somebody random would have to hit you up on Facebook and tell you that they got your fender. Pretty sweet machine. The Dynamix is awesome, just like the Turbo R. That hasn't changed other than the double click on the Dynamix button. And that's it. I mean, these things they're amazing. They're expensive, but man, cruising through the trails here at the farm, I mean, it's wet and muddy, but I am hauling the mail through here, and it takes it and feels great. It makes you very comfortable in the machine, like to push harder and go faster, because I mean, it's just handling everything. So you'll see from the video. I just wanted to come out today and make a quick video for you guys, because I'm not doing a full in-depth review of this machine just because we did the Turbo R last year. It's basically the same thing with different plastics and a couple little odds and ends on the inside, and that's really it. So performance wise, it's going to perform the same. You're going to be able to put 37s on this thing if you want to. The gearing should be the same, and that's really it. If Polaris hit me up today and said, hey, here's a voucher for a big discount off of a brand new machine, this would be the machine that I would pick. Smooth riding, not too long for a 4-seater. One of these in a 2-seater would be a riot to drive. Maybe I'll get a hold of one of those this year, but this is it. I like this machine a lot. The Pro R I feel like is too long for what we do in a 4-seater, but as far as a 2-seater goes, something that rides good, you put big tires on it, put some 35s, 37s on it, and then just wheel it. Appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to check out the farm if you don't know about this place. It's a Tuesday in the middle of winter, and there's no off-road parks open, so I got to take this machine back tomorrow, and I would just been in trouble because I've had this thing. They're letting me keep these things less and less time, so I've had it for, I guess, like a little over a month, and so I didn't have time to take it anywhere. So with the holidays and all that, so we have this 100-acre farm. We come out here, we got trails, we're cutting more trails all the time. And this is going to be our proving grounds for the machines that we test, as well as the ones that we build. Eventually gonna have a shop here and stuff. So, but I'll link that video. You guys can check it out. But yeah, as always, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to head over to bustknucklegear.com. We got these new sweet duck camo hoodies. We got them with a pink logo for the ladies, as well as the orange logo. We got some snow camo hoodies. We got all kinds of new stuff, new farm tee. So yeah, check those things out. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.